Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Whether you're new or returning, I'm so grateful that you're here. For those of you that are new, hi, my name is Nicole. I've been collecting designer handbags since I was 10 years old, so if you love luxury items, especially pre-loved or vintage pieces, then you've come to the right place. So today I'm doing a review of my Gucci Jackie Bardot, one of the harder to find vintage Gucci bags. So in today's video, I'll be going over the design, history, wearability, what fits inside, pros and cons, and whether or not I think the Gucci Jackie Bardot is worth it. So if you love vintage designer handbags, make sure you like, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get into it. So let's start off with a little bit of history on the Gucci Jackie. The Gucci Jackie is definitely one of Gucci's most iconic styles. And what's interesting is that it was originally released in 1950 under the name Constance, but it actually became famous when Jackie Kennedy bought 6 in one shopping trip, which led Gucci to name the handbag after her in 1964. So the Jackie bag is definitely one of Gucci's most iconic styles, and I can definitely see why she purchased 6 in one shopping trip. I mean, this bag is stunning, it's timeless, very Jackie Kennedy. The Bardot version is a rare version of the classic Jackie that we all know and love. It's actually named after Brigitte Bardot, allegedly inspired by her signature curves. If you want to know the biggest difference between the classic Gucci Jackie and the Bardot version, it's going to be the handles. So you can see that the Bardot has 2 handles, making it more structured design, whereas the classic Gucci Jackie only has 1. These are definitely a lot harder to find in today's world, especially in select sizes and colors. And Gucci respects its Jackie legacy so much that when they actually opened the Gucci Museum in Florence in 2011, a full collection of the Gucci Jackie bags from 1950 onwards was displayed as one of the main exhibits. So besides the bag being chic and functional, it really is a true piece of fashion history. Now let's get into some details of the bag and why I chose it. So this Gucci Jackie Bardot is a size small, which is a must for me, and I'll be honest with you, when I was looking on the vintage pre-loved market, I definitely found the size medium to be a lot more common. Especially being 5'1", I definitely wanted a smaller handbag. And so because the small is so hard to come across, I was thrilled when I found this one, and it was in the exact colorway that I wanted. So the small Gucci Jackie Bardot does measure to be about 11 by 7.5 inches, where the medium size on the other hand is a 14 by 9. I especially wanted a black and white bag to round out my collection, and when I saw this one, I just knew it was perfect for me. I've always been a big fan of a black and white color contrast. I just think that these two are so classic. It's very polished, chic, and even slightly retro. Definitely gives a Meredith Blake aesthetic, which I am absolutely here for. And I just think the history of this bag makes it that much more special. Let's go into some of the design and features of the bag. So the Bardot version is definitely a lot more sleek, a lot more structured, especially with these 2 top handles instead of the 1. So it definitely makes it more of a handbag style versus the hobo style that we typically see with the Gucci Jackies, especially the larger you go. So it has the signature piston lock in the silver hardware, and I just think this is so chic and modern. And this one is in black and white canvas with white leather trim. It does have patent leather details, which I actually love because I think it's just a lot easier to maintain. And so with this one, because the bottom of the bag and handles are white leather, it is going to be a little bit more prone to discoloration over time, but I'm surprised by how well this one has held up. As far as wearability and everyday use, even though this is a bag that can definitely be dressed up or down, I've personally been wearing it more as a daytime errand bag. I just find that it's so easy to grab and grow. Okay, that's a new one. I just think that it's so lightweight, structured, and it's just a really easy grab and go for me. Where I live, I do feel safe wearing an open top shoulder bag. However, if I lived in a big city or if I was traveling to Europe, this is definitely not the bag that I would pack. So maybe not something to consider if you're looking for more of a secure handbag. This bag can be worn 2 ways, so either as a shoulder bag. As a shoulder bag, it's comfortable, effortless. The other way you can wear it is the crook of your arm, and I love wearing it on the crook of my arm if I just want more of a polished, elevated look. Alright, so let's go over what fits inside. With this being size small, it's definitely a lot more compact. I'm not somebody that typically carries a whole lot in my handbag, so for me, this size is perfect. And then just to show you the inside real quick, if you open it up, and so you can see that it is one large compartment on the inside, and then there is one zipper. The Gucci tag is right over here, and then this is where the serial number is as well. So in here, I'm gonna go ahead and put my Louis Vuitton card holder and some keys. That fits. Some sunglasses, my iPhone, and some hand sanitizer. And so you can see that inside here, I still have more room to fit a few more things. Some lip glosses, you'll be totally fine. But yeah, I think it's great. It honestly fits everything I need. So I just did some baby wipes when I first got it and then went over the white patent leather. It was super easy to maintain. A lot of dirt actually came off. And then actually for the canvas, I just did a lint roller, and that made a huge difference, just removing little debris, little fuzzies, and I felt like it did a really great job. I am thinking about maybe doing a little structural work to this bag in the future. So if you guys can see, the handles have definitely softened over time. So I think that they can reinforce the structure just a little bit, but we'll see. Overall, I'm really happy with this bag and I think it's aged beautifully over time. Now let's go over some of the pros and cons, starting with the pros. So one of the pros is the fact that it's timeless and rare. It's definitely harder to find than your standard Gucci Jackie. Another pro is that it's super lightweight and very comfortable for everyday wear. I personally love the chic black and white colorway. I just find that it goes with everything. The patent leather details make it super easy to maintain. And of course, it is a classic, sexy Tom Ford piece. They actually say that the Gucci Jackie Bardot is the sexy, structured sister to the classic Gucci Jackie, which I absolutely agree with. And now for some of the cons. So one of the cons is that it's definitely not the most secure bag with the open top, especially if you live in a busy city. Of course, the white leather bottom and the top are definitely going to be more prone to staining. So the piston lock closure can definitely be annoying. And full transparency, this is something that multiple people told me about. You definitely have to push it in every single time you want something. It's almost like a lock and key. So it can definitely be annoying, especially if it's already on your shoulder and you're trying to get things out of your bag. I have found a way to kind of position my card holder so I can kind of grab things without unlocking this. As much as I love the look of the piston lock, it's definitely not the most convenient design. And it's one of those things where I don't think you fully understand the inconvenience until you own the bag. Now, price and final thoughts, is it worth it? So I bought this bag from a private seller for $275, which is insane considering that a brand new Jackie retail goes for $3,800 today. So that's like 93% off retail. So for that price, I think it's an absolute steal. It's not just a handbag, it's a piece of Gucci history. And I just love that I was able to add such a rare version to my collection. So is it worth it? For me, yes, 100%. I just think that it's so chic and I love that it's the perfect mix between vintage and timeless. If you're looking for a Gucci Jackie, my advice is to do your research, be patient, and don't overpay. There's great deals out there, you just have to wait for them. I'll be honest with you guys, I had been in the market for a vintage Gucci Jackie for over a year now, and then I finally came across this one. Again, I had to be very, very patient, but they're definitely out there, and again, I just think they are such a classic piece that every collector needs in their collection. All right, my loves, that's it for today's review. This is my first Gucci Jackie, but definitely not the last one that I plan to add to my collection. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you like the Bardot or do you prefer the classic Gucci Jackie version? And have you ever scored a designer handbag for a crazy deal like this one? If so, drop a comment below. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. It helps this channel out tremendously so I can keep making videos for you guys like this one. And if you want more vintage designer content, I've linked another video that I think you'll love. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name's Nicole. I'm your go-to girl for all things related to fashion, fitness, and lifestyle. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.